get into it because previously in Caravan, you hatched your plan of sneaking into Abdelbari's manor and stealing the hilt of Gale Hollow, and it went about as well as was expected. Taiba, under the effects of Guy's invisibility and her own pass without a trace spells, snuck into Abdelbari's home and began investigating his bedroom and the space within, quickly locating a key behind a painting before Abdelbari himself entered the room. Taiba was unfortunately eventually noticed, but she still managed to grab the hilt of Gale Hollow as the alarm bells rang. Outside, Guy dropped her invisibility and conjured an illusory Taiba outside of the manor to distract the exterior guards. Taiba, still inside, was surrounded by Abdelbari and a number of his guardsmen, but through some assistance of Gauntlet, she barely escaped into the night with the party returning home. Now, after the party had returned home, Ravager noticed that the Zaratan was on fire, and traveling with Gauntlet, they found Chatter, who informed them that the Order of the Suns was at large and had assaulted them. The party was tasked with slaying those responsible. The party then regrouped once more and made their way to the Dusters' hideout within the District of Dust to the northwest of Caravan, where they gave the hilt of Gale Hollow and were delivered the 1,650 gold pieces of payment that they were promised the following day. Finally, that night Guy had a strange dream where he met with an entity known as the King of Wrought Iron, a fey, elvish entity who told him that he lies beneath Lake Cerulean, trapped there by the dead archmage Eliyahu Ali, and there he has the blade of Gale Hollow, the final piece of this ancient sword, this ancient antiquity that was lost to time. So, we reconvene the following morning. Actually, this would be the afternoon, as some sub-session occurrences had happened. Back within the party's manor home. People had gone out for shopping, and the party now returns home. A few things for those of you that didn't hear about what happened in the few sub-sessions that occurred. Only one thing I think really comes to mind immediately as you all kind of regroup back within your manor home. As Guy comes in, a strange kind of like almost scar mark in the center of his forehead, and his left arm missing, just removed from his body.
Hey,
What?
Hey guys.
What?
Oh
Hey.
yeah, I went to that potion shop of yours, Ravager, and look what he did to me.
Yeah.
See this?
Well, did you drink it?
Yeah.
That sounds like your fault, right? You're supposed to, like hold on to it or something. If you drink it immediately, then you put yourself in a pickle.
All right. I think I know how to handle myself around potions, Ravager.
You do see that the hand is like starting to regrow a little bit. It's this tiny like Deadpool, like it's a baby hand starting to grow out of the shoulder. It's real yucky.
It's disgusting.
Made some money off of it though. I got a third eye. I made about probably $1,500.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Evie bought me a cool tattoo with it.
Yes, you are in pain, Ravager, and I kind of almost managed to forget about that part. Your back is extraordinarily sore. It's red and inflamed, but it's also keeping the strange heat just kind of
What else
centralized
is
across your back. Red and god damn it. Yeah, but the tattoo is in place, resembling that of draconic wings sprouting through your shoulder blades. So, and of course the rest of the party is also reconvened within the dining room, we shall say, of the manor home.
New people in the manor.
You hired... Let me double check who you hired. That was, I believe, Mira. You hired Kachata, and you created an internship, as I recall.
Yeah, and I still gotta meet the other guy at the Inferno Forge, I think, this morning, actually.
Remind me who that was again?
The Golden Dragonborn guy, whatever. Brass something. I don't know. The guy with the grunt guy with the sword.
Yes, Sharaf. So kind of like mulling about your space, you see the Thrycreen man, who is the member of the Dusters, currently tending to his swords and taking a whetstone to them and sharpening them, and he kind of looks up at you, the strange bug-like entity. And he looks particularly at Gauntlet, and he says, Kachata sees that you have expertise in tending to weapons. Kind of like looking at your handcrafted gauntlet. Would you mind assisting Kachata?
I suppose so. I do have some smithing skill.
Kachata thanks you. And he hands you this big fucking Odachi. that rests heavy in your hands, and you begin assisting him in wetting it, just sharpening the blade, nothing super complex, running the stone across the blade from tip to the bottom. Yeah.
Nice.
Next to kind of tending to her meal, as Gorbert had brought out a nice little breakfast, is Murrah, who is a svelte of build, pale-skinned desert orcish woman that Guy and Taiba hired. You can see that she has these cataracts over both of her eyes, and a scar that kind of runs across the length of her face. She's totally blind, but you do hear her kind of click her tongue to navigate just her meal. She's navigating via basic echolocation practices. And she's just kind of tending to her own meal. But those are the two employees that you hired. That you hired fully, I should say. The other one that had an internship has not shown up yet, as he's supposed to come in tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
So wait, what was the first one? It was a woman? My brain is not...
The first one is Kachata, who is the Thrycreen guard.
Yeah.
The second one is named Murrah, M-U-R-A. She is a pale-skinned desert orcish woman, so like this kind of like almost beige skin that's very desaturated. She has like a walking stick. She wears a very basic silken dress and has this long, straggly kind of long white hair. And she's totally blind in her eyes, so she has like a scar that runs across them. And she just kind of navigates via echolocation by clicking her tongue.
Okay, I kind of like turn towards the party. What's she do?
Oh, she's actually a healer.
Yeah, like so like what is her like day-to-day job? Like does she just chill?
I think she can heal stuff. She can teach a gauntlet or type of thing or two.
Okay, so she's like religious.
I don't know.
All right. What? I mean, none of my business. I guess I didn't hire her. So.
Yeah, she's type of servants. She's not an orc, right?
She's an orc, yeah.
What is that type of?
You know that guy that you're also suspicious about back when you were hiring people?
The turban? Yeah.
That dude was absolute scum.
Right.
Even
like,
if you...
In what way?
Scum sometimes. I guess you do have a good sense of smelling out bad people.
Yeah, you know, it was just my intuition, really.
And the fact that you had done some bad things to some people he was, I don't know, worked for. I don't know.
I think intuition is a more apt term.
Well, if he comes by this house, which I doubt he will after a couple death threats, just know that you might see a dead body somewhere around here.
Right.
Okay. So all right. I guess we could tell the guards to keep an eye on for him.
Yeah, I don't
Alright.
think he's gonna mess with us though.
Yeah. Kasata, you heard that?
Kachata heard that. Yes.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Anyway, orc woman, can you fix this? And I'll just point towards my arm.
She's just like this perpetual clicking sound that it kind of emanates from her. She stands up kind of shakily and takes out her walking stick and begins kind of like swinging it back and forth. I can attempt to, but again, as was stated during the interview, you are not damaged as much as you are in the process of regeneration.
Yes, but you said it's a curse. You said you could remove it.
Potentially. Give me a moment.
Let's get to it. Chop chop.
She starts kind of walking off in a direction. And she takes out this mortar and pestle and begins kind of grinding these herbs together. And she begins kind of creating this strange balm. And she begins kind of speaking this incantation beneath her breath. As she begins kind of like moving back some of the cloth of your shirt and just kind of rubbing it on the baby arm. It's really kind of disturbing. As this kind of like burning sensation emanates up from fingertip to shoulder of this tiny little arm, as it explodes outward almost immediately to about half the size as it used to be. More functional, still quite weak and in the process of rejuvenation, but it's serviceable to an extent.
Alright, this is embarrassing. Can I get a cast around this or something? I don't want this to be seen.
You ask much, but I can give you like a sling if you wish.
Yes, please.
And she kind of walks over, begins like taking some just basic bandages and such, and fashions you a rudimentary sling.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, you know, I think we got a few ongoing situations we need to worry about, which is that you know, somebody's probably out for our blood, considering that illusion was literally Taiba's entire face and body. So, we'll
Right, yeah.
about that. What is the defense plan, so to speak? Because like he's probably got I don't know how many more of the El Tajara he can pull out of his ass.
The defense plan? Now hear me out. Taiba fakes her own death, and then she becomes disguised for the rest of our years. Genius, I
So-
know.
Is
Doesn't-
Ravager also going to fake his death?
Well, I'm not direct. I mean, like, here's the thing: we would all have to unanimously fake our deaths.
Wait,
We all-
why?
I guess we
Well-
all do group suicide.
Because from his perspective, we're all sort of like a group, you know.
No, I mean, we weren't there, right?
Well, yeah, but we were all together at one point.
That's true. But
You know, he'll draw the. I'm sure he can connect the dots. He didn't get all that money from being stupid. I would know as a business owner.
I think we need to silence him permanently.
Right, but like how?
I don't know.
'Cause, like,
Piece.
I can't walk up there. They got big not scary guards.
Right.
Ding, 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 ding. You hear these bells begin to kind of appear throughout the city.
That's
Just
nice.
these bells just ringing in the air.
Okay, I really don't like the sound of that. I'm not gonna lie.
Ding,
By the
ding,
way,
ding, ding. A horn blows. Yeah, you hear sounds of a similar, disposition to that.
Do you
Okay.
think we should go somewhere else? Like down in the basement or something?
well, you should definitely, at the very least, go down in the basement and turn the lights off, right? Because you can be a dark dweller.
You hear muffled yells from outside.
Oh wow!
Batten it down!
All right,
Tarps off!
Gorbert,
Loose fabric!
Orbert Karagadatha, be on guard, okay?
Yeah, you see Kachana like stands up, takes the Adachi from your gauntlet, and begins just readying himself with his numerous blades. Mura says, "I'm not a fighter anymore," and she just kind of walks off to the side.
Just be ready afterwards.
Gorbert grabs a frying pan and holds it menacingly. It's dwarfed in his hand, about resembling like a dagger.
Just use your fists, Gorbert. You're huge.
Occurred by frying pan metal, fists not metal.
We'll work that out later.
Yeah, so Gorbert and Kachada begin making their way towards the entryway of the mansion, and Kachada says, "Dust! Lots of it!"
What?
And you take a moment to kind of like look past him. Just wind just blows through all of Caravan, and you hear, "Sandstorm!" And like there's just wind ripping through the town. As you kind of like peer out through the door, you see like pieces of silk and loose fabric just flying in the wind as a sandstorm has hit Caravan hard. I have appropriate ambience.
Right, it's not a mob. Seems like this is good.
Yeah, I really expected like an ambush.
Yeah.
Fucking
Okay, well, we've got a pretty sturdy house. We should be fine, right? I mean, I guess we could,
It's violent. You hear some of the wooden sides of the house begin to creak and moan.
Oh, fuck.
Wait.
Is anyone able to
This
protect it
We
somewhat?
should get lower.
Yeah.
You see a couple of brass guard wearing these thick silken veils kind of push their way out through the front, and one of them kind of doo knocks on the door that's partially open as Kachada has begun to start closing it. And the brass guard says, "Make sure everyone's inside! It's dangerous! Tear your fucking body apart!"
Right, we'll do. We'll do.
And he kind of squints his eyes as he looks in, gives a final nod and closes the door, Kachada kind of slamming it shut behind him as he leaves.
Okay, let's go down to the basement, lay it out, whatever.
Yeah.
All right. There isn't like a basement. There is a kitchen that's surrounded by stone walls and a stone floor. That seems a little bit more secure. There are a number of closets and cabinets, but you don't have like a basement.
What kind of manor doesn't have a basement?
Do we have somewhere that doesn't have windows?
The kitchen has a window that's towards the south by the staircases that the servants would use to get up and down.
We can just board it up.
Yeah. Let's just do that.
All right, yeah. You take like how are you boarding this up? Like, what are you using? You can like push things in front of it. What are you doing?
We don't have any like planks or anything.
Don't really have planks of wood lying around. I don't think. No.
Yeah, let's just like put some furniture in front of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can like push some cabinets over. Just like Kachada helps as well, just like pushing a lot of the material in front of the window. You block it, and you do see that's like kind of bending inwards slightly as the wind is just pressing up against it. And Kachada says, Kachata is concerned about the integrity of this home, given that it is old and decrepit.
God damn. Nah, we can't lose it this fast. Come on. All right, I'm gonna I'll just stand in front of the window.
Do we
I'm
have
sure-
house insurance?
I'm sure. I mean, like it's I don't know. I don't know if he paid for that. I would assume not, but should be okay. I hope. Hopefully it ends soon.
You should have bought Geico. Now we're gonna be $100,000 in debt.
You see Mira kind of like sitting in a corner, just kind of like knelt in prayer. And you see this like little sparks of divine magic kind of flying around her.
We'll join her.
All right. Go ahead. Oh yeah. What's up, Tyler?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go. Real quick.
Oh, I was just gonna be like the guy. Is it normal in Caravan for sandstorms like this to happen so like quickly? It was really nice yesterday.
Is it?
Before the storm.
You've all heard of sandstorms just kind of like wrecking through, maybe like once or twice a year. It's not like an uncommon occurrence, but it is always sudden because you can't see them more than like 25 miles out, and they come very quickly. Actually, Guy Ravagern, Guy and Ravagern, you being here the longest, go ahead and make history checks.
Okay.
It's our lowest team modifier.
The sandstorms are an uncommon occurrence, but are like they're not like unexpected. They occur. Gauntlet. As you're kind of like knelt in prayer with Mura, she begins laying out these like gem inlaid sticks that begin to kind of like roll over left and right, just kind of like on their own without any intervention by her. She's casting augury, and you kind of join her in this process, and you gain the results as well. The result for the augury spell is Weal and Woe.
No clue what that means.
So augury is like a divination spell. Like a Weal is good results, Woe is bad results. Getting both means that a bad thing and or a good thing might occur.
Okay.
What the fuck could be wheel?
Opportunity.
Maybe our house blows down, but also the rich guy's house blows down as well.
Opportunity? You saying we should run over there and kill him right now?
Oh no! I'm just
No, but
saying
listen, hey,
Ravagern, go! Get
none of
him.
the Brascas
Oh,
can
no,
hear
no,
it. All right, guy, come on, let's go get him.
Oh no, this is you.
No,
This is-
no.
What? I mean, like here, listen, no one could hear or see it. It'd be great.
And you'll be cut down by the storm before you even get there.
Come on, all right, the big boys can go, right? People who can stand up to the stand.
My nose was my trunk. You see, this is quite the issue.
What are you, some kind of coward?
I'm an elephant.
It's pretty
Okay. Well, I think, hey, Tyba, how about you come with me? We'll give it a shot.
I think I've done enough breaking into rich people's houses in the past couple days.
God
You know,
damn it.
I'm sure it'll be good. You know, Dragonborns are so strong. Yay!
Ah, yeah.
Go.
You have a great point. I'll see
Destiny,
you guys in 20 minutes. I'm gonna try to climb
Fine.
out the. Yes! Alright,
Oh.
let's go.
All right, so Gauntlet and Ravager, you two brave the storm.
Yes, we're gonna try to go to his house.
As you guys are leaving, Mura kind of looks to you and she says, "You're going to get yourselves killed. Give me a moment." And she is going to cast. Let me double check how long one spell lasts versus the other because I genuinely don't
Okay.
remember.
While it's happening, I have to go to the bathroom really, really quick. Hold on.
Yeah, totally fine. Actually, because this is only relevant to you, Gauntlet, she's going to place a hand on your shoulder and she's going to cast Shield of Faith on you.
Hank?
Yes, just do not waste this spell.
Hmm.
Be careful. If you get into a scuffle, or should the desert sands manifest themselves physically, this should assist you in that endeavor. Your armor class increases by 2 for 10 minutes. Which
Nice.
will be enough time for you to get to Abdelbari's house if that's what you intend to do. But you don't know how long getting there will take like 7 minutes if you hurry. So you have a few minutes once you're there to reap the benefits.
Can they even see what's in front of them?
I'll answer that
Say it
question
slower.
when David gets back. So just I guess for reference for me, Guy and Tybo, while Ravager and Gauntlet are leaving, what do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna be doing something useful while you guys muck around, and then I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion to board up the windows.
So you just conjure these like totally fake fucking. Yeah. It looks really secure.
Nice.
Wait, does it even look? It just are the boards just appearing there, or like?
Yeah, they just like they were not there and then they are. It's an instantaneous thing. So they're just like, you know, they look really sturdy and secure. But you touch them and your hand just goes right through.
Wow,
Hey, don't
guys,
touch them! It'll mess up the magic!
didn't know you're such a great sorcerer.
Thank you, man.
Great.
Well, you should know that, but
Oh yeah, especially from the incident where you know you got the baby arm and
I don't know what you're talking
because he still have his cast.
Yeah,
didn't
like-
get-
Basically, what Mura did, by the end of your next long rest, you'll be fine. Your arm will be totally grown.
about. Sick.
Yo, do I still have the children's reading book?
You do. Yeah, Bowser and the Three Wisps. Yep. Literal propaganda.
You're
Alright, what's going on?
Oh, go ahead.
Alright.
Sorry. I've been back.
Yeah, we'll make sure that we cover what you guys are doing once Ravager and Gauntlet return. So, Ravager and Gauntlet. Basically what Mira did is she cast Shield of Faith on Gauntlet, granting 10 minutes of a +2 armor class. So if you hurry, you can get to Abdabari's house before that ends.
I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on Ravager too.
It's a little chain.
Okay.
Alright,
Yeah.
both of you have a +2 bonus to AC.
Really, what we need right now is faith.
So, what are you doing to prepare yourself? Like, before this is all cast, we'll say. What are you guys doing to prepare yourselves for the storm?
Oh
Just
yeah,
bust-
I didn't even think about that.
Are you kicking out? Are you just, like, diving out? What are you doing?
I'm gonna get that that noble clothing, but wrap like a scarf around my head with an opening for the eye.
Yep. Yeah, you kind of just, like, create this little bundle around your head, covering as much, I guess, scaling as possible.
Yeah, and I think I'm gonna rage before I run into the storm.
What?
Like run out screaming.
Just scream.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's thematically fit, and it would help me kind of get through it.
Sure,
you know.
sure.
I'm gonna stick with the fucking skull and the ribs. I think that'll be fine. I know.
Oh yeah, you cover yourself with the ribs just a little bit tighter, ensuring that your skin is covered. It is about... How fast can you guys run? That's actually not even too far. That's under a mile to get to his home. So like it's like a fifth of a mile. It's pretty easy. You can run that in under a minute, honestly. So, you guys, poof, throw open the door, and you look around Emirates Lane. It is empty, save for the odd barrel or box just tumbling down the road. You see just pieces of fabric and cloth sky high around you. But even then, you can only peer through maybe 10 to 20 feet in the best parts of the storm at most before the storm just obscures your vision entirely. Where you are on the Emirates Lane, you can't see either gate. And normally you'd be able to see both and pass them into the deserts or the bazaar, respectively, depending on where you look. It is thick, it is heavy, and the sand pelts you by the side. It stings a bit. For every minute out here, you're going to start taking damage. So, let's go ahead and get moving. It's going to take you probably about 2 minutes to get to Abdelbari's home if you're sprinting. I'm assuming that's what you guys are doing?
Yeah.
Alright, so both of you go ahead and make athletics checks to start this.
Okay.
Alright, yeah, that means my rage ends too. I just wanted to but maybe it'll help with the damage a little bit, you know?
I'll say sure.
Yeah.
So athletics check 16. Natural 20.
Okay.
Gauntlet, as you're running forward, you're not so athletic as much as you are acrobatic, as you're just kind of like gracefully pushing yourself across, but Ravager, and you slam your foot on the ground, the stone cracking beneath your feet, as you rush forward with a blur of movement, flame kind of trailing behind you as you breathe out this hot air. And you hear around you just howlings. Not necessarily of wind, but you think of people, almost. The storm almost sounds like it's screaming rather than the wind is howling, if that makes sense. Like, it sounds almost like it's talking or screaming to you.
Better add a little bit more screams to the mix.
You continue running down. Both of you guys go ahead and make Constitution saving throws as you're being buffeted by the storm. I'll say for the rage expansion, Ravager, and you'll have advantage on the saving throw.
16.
16? Alright, that's a success.
22.
You're still gonna take half damage. So that'll be 4 points of damage total. Not a ton immediately.
That halved for me?
But that is already halved. So
Okay.
4 points of damage.
Yeah, but I mean, does rage have it again?
I gave you advantage on the con save is how I'm gonna roll
Okay.
it. I probably could have just halved it. Yeah, you're right. But we'll just say, for the sake of it, it is halved. You take 4 points of damage. You continue to run through the storm. At this point, you're about, you'd have run down in this direction. You're at the gate now. The gate, not manned by brass guard. You don't see anyone around you. Again, like it's a ghost town. This town normally bustling with the movement of people and life, and guards just gone. Additionally, you see a number of wanted posters flying through the air around you as you rush through the People's Promenade. Normally they're stacked on top of each other on walls, but they've since been ripped out from the walls and the sides of buildings and are flying around you totally limp. Some of them are for you, but you don't have time to stop now as you continue rushing forward, making your way past into the Jade Gates. And here you do see a number of people still kind of milling about within the storm. You do see a couple of brass guard covered in these thick silk and cloth robes and just kind of coverings, hiding in parts of buildings that block some of the wind from moving, alleyways and small crooks between stones that would stop the sand from getting to them. They look at you and just kind of squint, keeping an eye on you, but not necessarily intervening.
I'm gonna try to have my noble clothes and my scarf. Try to not show my eyes as I'm moving.
We'll say go ahead. I'll say a stealth check is the most applicable if you guys want to both roll that.
Oh, God. Okay.
Because you're covering yourself while trying to move quickly. It feels like it'd be a dex-based thing. That was still a pretty good roll. Gauntlet, go ahead and make the same. Okay. Gauntlet, as you're trying to cover yourself, you feel like your hood, the hood of this cloak, begin to kind of like throw back repeatedly, and you have to like grab it and hold it above you. That continues to throw back in the wind. Ravager, and you manage to hold yourself kind of steady. The brass guard look at you. You don't really gauge how they feel from this distance, especially with the storm around you. But you don't necessarily know if your stealth check was a success. You continue running, and eventually you do make it to the exterior of Abdelbari's home. The fence gates around it. The odd brass guard kind of stationed outside on the porch, but only a couple. Definitely less than before.
I kind of turn towards Gauntlet. Do we want to just take them on, or do we want to sneak around back or something?
Probably sneak around back would be the best, especially in these conditions.
All right. We'll hop the fence.
All right. Again, Constitution saving throws. Ravager, you already used your rage, so we'll say they don't get anything from this one. As you've been out here for another minute. That is just a success. That is a success. That is 2 points of damage to both of you as you're continuing to be buffeted by the storm. But you basically make your way around back. Are you guys being stealthy about making your way in, or how are you doing this?
Do we see any guards in the back?
Make a perception check. It is still at least everything is at best lightly obscured, at worst heavily obscured. So perception checks.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
10's not horrible. 10's average. Whatever.
10's average. You kind of peer through. You do see one brass guard kind of stationed next to the large cherry tree, who has had their leaves just ripped off. It's now bare and empty, and it looks dead. This big cherry tree in the back.
Okay, do we start? What do we do?
I'm gonna throw a dart at him.
All right, make an attack roll with advantage as you are from a distance. Actually, what's the range on dart?
It is 2060.
Okay, you are outside of the range in general, actually.
Okay.
Actually, you're probably about 40 feet away, so it'd be disadvantage. It'd be neutralized, but then the heavy winds would be... Ugh, you're a bit far, you think.
I would have a hard time hitting a dart in a storm from 40 feet away. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. So I'm just gonna bail on that idea then.
Okay, yeah, you kind of like hold the dart and you're like, Jesus, fuck, it's rough. Yeah, you kind of reconsider. You can get closer. The gate is about 40 feet away, or sorry, the fence is about 40 feet away from where he is, to the side of the building. Again, he's like huddled in his silken robes, just kind of peering out generally.
I think we should rush him. We can knock him out if you really want to, but I'd rather kill him. That's just me.
Or we could just make it a distraction, slip past him and get inside.
All right, we'll try your idea first, but mine's backup.
All right.
Fair enough.
So, what exactly are you doing?
Are there any... I'm assuming there's like a rock, right?
Yeah, easy enough. You can find a rock. I mean, shit's been blown all over the city. It's easy enough to find a rock. Yeah. About this sized.
Actually, let me look at my inventory real quick. Just give me a second.
Okay, yeah.
Do anything fun?
I will say that as you guys are kind of like looking through your things... Oh yeah, Ravager real quick.
I was just gonna say, I can pull out like my my empty bottles of ale and beer and say, you can use one of these.
Huh.
Good point. Yeah, I'm gonna try to kind of sneak up a little bit closer and like throw the bottles and shit like at the tree.
Like to make a shatter, like to like throw them so they shatter and make a noise. Okay, make a stealth check.
Okay.
We'll say at advantage because you are obscured.
What? No, that's fucked up.
That looked like a 20. That still looked like a 20.
Yeah.
I know. You said with advantage then?
Yeah, I forgot about before. It would be at advantage because of the heavy storm around you. That it gives you a substantial amount of cover.
There we go.
Much better.
Okay.
You quickly leap over the fence and just, like a cat, disappear into this storm. Ravager, you lose sight of Gauntlet as he just kind of disappears into the whirling winds and sand that buffet around you. In fact, another minute has passed. Constitution saving throws.
Oh boy.
Okay.
All right. Another 2 damage here.
Okay, pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. That's another exactly 2 points of damage. I'm not rolling too great, but it is still kind of eating away at you generally. Gauntlet, you've leapt over the fence and are kind of making your way back at this point. You're kind of nearby the wall, and you throw the bottle. It spirals through the air and just shatters. And the man, the brass guy, kind of like pokes his head up, kind of looks out.
I'm gonna throw, like, however many Ravager had, I'm just gonna throw them all.
Okay, so you throw one bottle.
I can tell you this. Yeah, I had 1 bottle of ale and 1 bottle of beer.
All right, so the ale shatters nearby the tree, and the guard kind of pokes his head out and begins kind of walking over. Another one explodes by the tree, and he like draws out his spear and shield, and kind of like putting his shield up against the wind and kind of readying his spear, makes his way slowly out towards the sound and says, "Who goes there? This is the property of Abdul Bari Shirazi. State your business." And he kind of like looks around, just skeptically, not seeing anyone around him.
While this is happening, I think I'm going to try to hop the fence to the side of the yard and go into the door. I'm not watching anymore.
Can you repeat that? You kind of it sounds like you're underwater.
Okay, I don't know what's happening. I'm going to like sneak around to the side of the fence and like hop it, and then go through the door he's not next to anymore.
Got it. All right, make a stealth check at advantage.
Stealth.
Okay, 15. That's pretty good. You leap over like a cat, just kind of making your way back. Gauntlet, what are you doing at the same time?
I'm assuming he's kind of looking in my direction.
You were you threw it at the tree. He's looking like to your side, I guess. He's not looking at you at all. You're to the side of his vision. You're kind of in his periphery if he were to be able to see you.
Alright, I'm just gonna try to, like, move away from where I was and follow to where the house is, like
Okay.
the back.
At around the same time, both of you guys make it to this back door, almost like startling each other at the appearance. But you both make it to the back door.
All right, good to see we both made it through. I'm gonna try to like just slightly open the door so that the wind mostly carries it.
All right, yeah, you kind of like creak open the door. Woof! It slams into the home and is blown off of its hinges and flies through the house.
All right, cool. I'm gonna
There's
rush in.
shattering sound as a number of things are broken. All right.
Now,
So
immediately, is there a basement that I can see?
make a perception check.
Okay. I probably
So
could
you
do
have
it.
entered through there. Okay. Yeah, so you enter into a very strange room. I'll describe it as you kind of like look throughout.
Fuck you! I cheated on a 20. I want to die.
Do you want me to try?
Type
Yeah,
is the
go
one
ahead.
with inspiration, I believe, this session. I forgot to mention that, actually.
Wait, does anyone need a reroll or?
I can
yeah.
look around for one too.
Sure,
I have a
sure.
plus
Let Bell try.
Alright.
Okay, well, that's up to you, Victoria.
Okay, I'll let you reroll.
Okay. Is that a shot?
Okay.
Okay, 13. Even as you peer through, you don't see a
Oh, wait,
basement.
she wanted Gauntlet to reroll.
Gauntlet?
Should we just add 2 to that? So it's Gauntlet's bonus?
Sure, yeah,
We
so
can
15.
do it? Okay.
Gauntlet, as you kind of peer through, your eyes adjusting to the new area. As the wind just billows behind you, you look inside. You don't see any sort of basement or anything like that. What you do see is like a living room. You've been in this room before. It has a kind of sofa and a coffee table that is now scattered about as the door has flown through and hit a back wall. You see there's a door to your right that you know leads up to the stairs. Oh, I guess you wouldn't know that, but Ravagern would know this, that it leads upstairs. And to the side there's this table with this battle playing out that is now kind of blown about. That would have had a number of soldiers on it and 2 dragons, one on either side. A kind of representation of the conflict of glass that happened thousands of years ago. But the room is now covered in sand and soot as the area has just been blown inward by this wind. But yeah, the door to going upstairs is to your right. You do hear movement around you as this door has exploded off of its hinges. But what do you want to do?
I'm gonna start frantically looking around for where I think Aldebaran would have gone, like a safe room that's covered in like thick material or something.
Try as you might, you don't see anything like that. There's no basement or trapdoor. You don't see anything, at least in this room. Again, you're not sure about other rooms, but you don't see anything related to that here.
I think we should maybe check upstairs or something. I don't know why. Actually, why would he be on a higher? I don't know. Where do you think he would hide? In a storm.
For reference, if you want to look at the important shit document, go to the channel. Go to the very top. That northmost door is where you entered from. So you're in that big square room. That's the living room. You are aware that there's a hallway to the south, like a closet to the right of that, and another dining room to the left.
Maybe we should check the dining room.
Maybe.
I think we should sweep the first floor. Is what we're gonna do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically the main way that you'd go is down south into the hallway. You kind of open the door now with the winds having died down. You open the door and it doesn't fly off of its hinges, but it is kind of like pushed out of your grasp slightly. You see the hallway littered with dust. It seems that they opened a door earlier that was opened before the storm got super serious, and just a lot of sand and debris just kind of went tumbling in. You see that the rug is stained with this soot, or I guess soot isn't the right word, but just dust and debris. And that a number of busts have been kind of toppled over onto their side. You see 2 doors, one to your left from your angle that would lead to a closet or some other sort of smaller room, and one to your right that leads to a dining room.
I'm gonna lift up the rug really quick.
Oh, you lift up the rug?
Yeah.
Nothing beneath it. Like, you move it, like, entirely out of place. It does not seem like this place has a basement.
Alright. To the left.
Alright. You place a hand on the storage closet room. You try to open it. It's locked.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna try to, like, rip it off. I'm gonna try to, like, bust it down.
Athletics check.
Okay.
This is so fucked up.
My God.
Yeah.
18.
Boof! Like you don't so much grab the doorknob as you punch a hole through the door, grab the bottom of it, and yank it off of its hinges. And you throw the door behind you, and it scatters behind. You look inside. You see a number of figures. One of them, Abdel Bari, who's currently kind of like huddled alongside his daughter, who's probably like late teens, early 20s. You see a number of serving hands wearing like butler's attire and basic kind of like fine dress, who are all standing behind Abdel Bari. And Abdel Bari looks at you, glares, and stands up. How fucking dare you? There are no brass guard among them. You don't see any guardsmen. It's just Abdel Bari, and he has a rapier at his side, just kind of like loosely holding it in your direction. You'd really do it like this.
Wow.
What are you going
Killer
to
be killed, friend.
He looks behind him and he sees like his serving hands who are just like cowering in fear at the sight of you. And his daughter who looks at you with brief recognition. You are at the Cackle Dome. Those people, you saved them. And Abdalbar just like pushes her back. Stand back! Whatever you do, you will not get past me.
Ravager.
Yes.
Maybe not now. Maybe not here.
He kind of like looks at the gauntlet and sees how risky he is. Abdel Bari, we won't hurt anybody here if you come with us now.
He looks behind him and he looks at you. Make an intimidation check with advantage.
Okay.
You have so much in your favor here. He is more or less unarmed due to his lack of skill, dropping a natural one.
I dropped a crit fail.
Holy shit. He looks at you. You need to promise me that these people will not be hurt.
Abdel Bari, we never wanted to hurt you in the first place. You're the one who started all of this.
You
Listen, we just
broke
need you to
into
come.
my home and took my things. You didn't want to hurt me physically, you wanted to hurt me in general.
It had to be done. Come with us.
He
We don't want to hurt your daughter, and we don't want to kill you. Just come with us.
He sheathes his rapier and stands up to his full height. And he kind of looks at you. Just fury boiling in his face. He looks back at his daughter and at his servants. Fine. And he will follow you out. Kind of like pulling the silks tighter around his body.
All right. Pull him out of the room and close the door.
Okay.
Gauntlet.
Well, there's no door to close. You
All right.
you rip that fucking thing off of its hinges.
All right. I'm gonna. Okay.
I'll try to place the door back on it.
So you like just like loosely place the door back into where it was. It's like kind of rocking back and forth.
Hold on,
as
I am
bouncing.
bending. Can I
You
use
bending?
that?
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
You just kind of like hold the broken pieces of the door together, whispering an incantation under your breath, and your just the key. Actually, we're gonna say that, do you have a conduit? I don't remember if we covered that. We can say that you can power your spells by key.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think we ever had a conduit, but yeah.
Yeah. So we'll say powered by your key. You just kind of will your life force itself to mend this door back to how it was, and sure enough, it is. The brass hinges back in place. The door repaired to its entirety. So, what do you want of me?
You're just gonna come back to our house for a while, okay? All right. I'm gonna like bust open the door to the dining room.
Boosh! Another door breaks down.
All right. I'm gonna start heading towards the window and try to like jump out of it.
Yeah. You enter a very fine dining room, platinum chandelier.
Yeah. I do have him like slung over my back during this, by the
Alright,
way.
you've picked him up. He isn't protesting really, more than just like kind of flailing about occasionally. But he's just he seems defeated. Like you caught him at the worst possible time. You easily enough throw open a window. The howling winds pick up a curtain and throw it against the back wall. And you easy enough leap out of the window. The brass guard are investigating the shattered glass. You don't see anyone around you.
Alright, I'm gonna take him home.
Yeah.
Wheel. That's a wheel, baby.
That's wheel, baby. I guess.
Baby.
So, you you leap over the fence. I'm assuming like you're stealthing, right? Like you don't want to be seen with this fucking body over your shoulder.
Right.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, so I'm going to require 2 things from both of you. Both of you make stealth checks at advantage and constitution saving throws as you re-enter the howling gale winds.
Stealth.
Okay, yeah, and, okay, 13, cool. Constitution saving throw from you, Gauntlet.
Right. Give me a sec.
Dice. That was a higher roll. Actually, not that much higher. Alright, Gauntlet, you take 7 points of damage. Ravager, and you take 4. As the howling winds continue to just buffet you, peeling back scales and skin. You're bleeding from a number of wounds that has just been caused by the howling wind and sand. You begin making your way out of the Jade District. The noise of the winds blocks out any yells of Abdelbari. Just your general ability to hide within the winds and the sand keep you basically invisible for all intents and purposes. As a ghost, Abdelbari disappears from the Jade District. And over the course of a number... are you running? Are you, like, just kind of walking? How are you going about this?
I'm trying to get back as fast as possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Over the course of a couple minutes, I'm going to require another stealth check at advantage.
This is so many situations where this is to go wrong. I'm very scared of one of us rolling horribly. Okay, 20.
Yeah.
I'm the one carrying him, so that's what really matters.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Fuck. Damn it. Yeah. No brass guards see you as you continue to make your way back to your home. I'm gonna say one more Constitution saving throw as your home barely comes into view. Okay. That is. Yeah. That's. I think, is that a both success? That's 14. Yeah, no, that's a failure on Gauntlet, unfortunately, and Ravager barely succeeds. So Ravager, you take, that'd be 5 points of damage. Gauntlet, you take 9.
Okay.
That was a pretty decent roll on my end. And eventually, you open back up the door, carefully blocking some of the wind as you just remembered what happened in Abdelbari's home. As you close the door behind you, throwing it shut. The rest of you see... Over Ravager's shoulder, the body, who's kicking and yelling, "Let go of me! Put me down!" Of Abdelbari Shirazi.
What is he doing here? What is your plan?
I'm gonna take out his rapier and then put him down.
What do you mean put him down? Just like put him on the ground, or?
Yeah, just like put him on the ground.
Okay. You throw him on. You take his rapier and throw him to the ground.
I'm throwing him. I'm putting him. I'm not damaging him at all.
Okay. Yeah, you just kind of like you set him on his feet, and you after having taken his rapier, and you examine the rapier just by habit. Fucking glorious piece, refined out of this silver and brass hilt. It's a lovely looking sword. But Abdelbari kind of like fumbles back. So, you get to execute me? Is that what you want?
No.
Kind of gets a good look at all of you, looking at your guards, looking at the home.
Listen, Abdelbari. When you put people like me, who lead the kind of life they do, who have been forced into the kind of life they lead, we have to come on top. You know, if you put us in a situation of peril, you know, like a debt, you know, a criminal general, I don't know, accusation. It's just how it is.
So, what? You want me to pity you because you're a dragonborn who has seen a lot of vice in the city. You assaulted me in my place of business. You stole a priceless piece of history from my home. And you come again to my home and steal me from it. You've stolen so much from me. I ask for some recompense, and I'm the bad guy.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. We tried to save your business, and you betrayed us.
I'm sure you did. All I'm sure about is that the Ibn Wraiths already had some vices against you. That the Ibn Wraiths had a mutual interest in your devastation after you had assaulted me. So let I remind you again the purpose of why you are where you are in terms of debt. You assaulted me. I was not the starting factor of this conflict.
Oh, listen, that doesn't really matter anymore. Okay.
None of us were. No one in this room was the starting factor.
Really? Because the way I remember it is that I was speaking about business to my ally, Kaspara Tejara, and then I opened the door and was tackled by a big rhino and a big dragonborn. And as far as I'm aware, that is a point that has gone more or less totally acknowledged. And we
Because
both
it was a
accept that.
misunderstanding.
You still assaulted me! And then things got blown way out of proportion. So,
Hey, do you mind telling me something?
what?
Why don't you listen to what your daughter says?
She is young, naive, and has delusions of grandeur and peace. This city is dangerous, not just to the people, but to the businesses that try to thrive within it. We, as a sort of a monopoly in this place, have an obligation to remain as such. Otherwise, we are to be thrown to the wayside. And that is what's happened to so many people like me. This business that I run is generational, hereditary even, if you want to think of it like that. My grandfather ran it, his grandfather ran it. Ever since the birth of Caravan, we, the Abdalbari Shirazi family, have run it. So, I have
I'm
an
gonna be
obligation
honest.
to it.
I don't actually care that much. I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
I'm sure you don't, but in
No.
any case, that is how it is.
I'd like you to put your hands behind your back real quick. We have some business to take care of right now.
I'd like to know why you would require that of me.
I'm gonna tie your hands up with rope and put you in the basement for a while.
I mean,
What are you gonna do?
You don't have a basement.
It doesn't matter. I was gonna say.
What do you plan to do with me? Kill me? Torture me for
I
information?
swear to you that you will remain unharmed. Just for strength.
What gives does it? You see, it's like starting to break down a little bit as he's realizing the situation is in a little bit more detail. What kind of promise that you could give me has any legitimacy? You people have tried to take down my business at every point. I don't understand it. If you want to kill me, just get it over with, but I don't understand.
I'm going to. Can I whisper something to Guy?
Yeah. Your mic's a little quite thick.
Hey, Guy, do you still got that illusion magic?
The what magic?
You know, the magic you made the windows look like they were boarded up.
Wait, can anyone else hear Vic, or is it just quiet for me?
Whispering into Guy's ear.
Nick, you're a little quiet.
I think she's trying to whisper, but her mic is not that loud to begin with.
Oh, sorry. I don't know. My mic is ass, so.
I'm turning you up.
I just asked Guy, like, if he could do, like, illusion magic still.
What I could do is suggest that he just forgets about all this.
I don't
You
think
all know that he's been charmed afterwards.
I was thinking that maybe you use illusion magic on one of my swords to make it look like the tyrant scale, because it adds a lot of worth to it, right?
Illusion magic to what?
To make one of my short swords look like it's the tyrant scale short sword.
The entire scale?
Tyrant scale, remember? The really expensive sword we got?
Right, but if he examines it, you'll know it's not the tyrant scale.
I mean, he is tied up.
Okay, sure. Can I cast minor illusion to make Vic's sword look like the tyrant scale short sword?
Using her scimitar as reference, you kind of make the her short sword appear like this glossy blue glass. Again, it won't hold up to physical inspection, but it does appear very much so like a tyrant scale short sword.
I'm gonna hand, like, one of my normal short swords to him and be like, it's a very expensive sword I've got here. If I leave it by you, I think that is some insurance.
What? Wait, what? What's being discussed?
What am I to
I'm
do
giving
with
him
this?
my fake tyrant scale sword.
What am I
Why?
to do with this? This is just a weapon. At most, this is worth 2,000 gold pieces. I don't think that's worth any promise you could give me.
Ravagen looks at Taiba incredibly confused and offended.
I don't know
Listen,
if you're devaluing yourself or me.
Tybo, what the fuck are you doing? That's priceless.
Do you think I'm that dumb, Ravager?
But what? He just looks at the sword like, what is this accomplishing? I'm so confused.
I'm not sure. It's the only thing of worth that I have.
Why are you giving it to him?
I don't know. Maybe you would trust us more.
Please, no arguing
Listen,
with the captor.
The
Please.
goal here is not to convince him that we're innocent and have him trust us. That's out of the question. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna try to rip the sword from his hands and throw it on the ground.
Well, he was like reaching towards you, just grab it and throw it on the ground.
Listen, we cannot let him go.
Do you think that brute forcing through everything's going to solve every problem we have?
You really should have brought this up before I did this. God, I really thought we were more coordinated than this. Whatever. He doesn't need to hear any of this. Gauntlet, can I please borrow some rope? I won't hurt him. I just need to, you know.
I can do it myself. I'll just tie him up.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna search him for anything like of significance, like items or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean he's wearing like PJs,
Okay.
like silken robes. Are just like they're nice. You don't find like money or anything on him.
Okay.
He does have around his finger a very nice looking ring with a red ruby in its center.
All right. Once he's tied up, I'm just gonna take that off. I'm just gonna just in case this does something. And I'm gonna kind of hand it to Guy and say I'd figure that out.
Wait, are you identifying it, Guy, or?
Will that take too long, or can I identify it?
If you want to spend a spell slot, I think it takes a minute. If you want to spend 11 minutes to do it, it won't take a spell slot.
We don't have any pressing matters right now. I mean, like that. I don't think they're gonna be upper blood immediately.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'll just identify it.
All right, you identify that and the rapier. Both are magical. The ring is a ring of protection. The rapier is a rapier of returning. I will go ahead and just put those into the inventory sheet on the party sheet. You guys can decide who gets what.
No, we're not robbing him. We're not robbing him. Ravager and Gauntlet, come over here. I have a matter to discuss.
Hold on, I need to. All right, so once he's tied up, I'm gonna put like my hand over his eyes and like shove him in the closet and close the door.
Okay, yeah. You just hear. I don't know what you intend on doing.
I'm not. Listen, just shut up and stay calm for now, okay? You don't need to worry about it.
Alright, so we have two courses of action. We've already gone so far. We can either kill him, or I could cast suggestion on him to make him try and forget about all of our incidents under the threat that we will kill him if not, which is reasonable. And he will know that he's been charmed, so...
What the fuck? When was all of this reason before me and Gauntlet went to go do this? When I said I was gonna go do this, why didn't you guys say, hey, don't do this, until after I did it? Or you suddenly want to give him a fucking short sword so he can cut himself.
You just sprinted! You just ran out!
We spent like 5 minutes preparing. You had plenty of time to say something.
I thought you were just gonna kill him. I didn't think you were gonna bring him to our household.
Would you rather I killed him?
I was just trying to keep you safe, to be honest.
Gauntlet, you should have... Okay. Here's the thing. I didn't kill him because Gauntlet told me not to, and I respect him as a party member.
I still don't believe we should kill him here.
Well, then our only other course of action is just to try suggesting that he doesn't do it under the threat of his entire family getting murdered.
Oh my god.
I
Or
don't
we
know.
could talk this out.
You think we tried talking this out, what, 3 times? And
Last time we tried talking him out, he sent somebody after us who killed fucking hometown. I don't even want to think about it.
And the Alcatel, that was unprovoked.
Maybe he's too far gone to reason with.
He hasn't been through the things we have. He doesn't understand. We can't convince him.
We are so small compared to him. We have no leverage except the threat of death. He's not going to reason with us.
Exactly.
More conflicts arise.
Oh, listen, if we let him live, more conflicts arise. We have so much to do. We have so much to offer, especially with the Gale Hollow on our side.
Arising from this.
What? I didn't hear you. Sorry, your mic is kind of ass.
Oh, sorry. Is this better?
Yeah, you said fine.
Okay. We get nothing good from this.
What?
Anyway,
What?
We don't get killed is one thing.
I believe we'll get killed if we kill him as well.
If we kill him,
Someone's
then
going to realize that he's going to be gone.
were there any
I mean-
witnesses, Ravagern and Gauntlets, when
Punch us in one way or another.
I mean,
Nope.
won't they know that you kidnapped him from his house? And other nobles will also know that you could be a threat.
I mean, his daughter was pretty convinced that we saved that place. I don't. His daughter was pretty much the only witness, along with his butlers and whatever. But
His daughter, he doesn't even listen to his daughter. And from what I hear, it seems like she has no power over anything.
I can just bring him back to his house.
so we're going to die if we do that. He has no reason not to kill us, having, considered that we robbed him and we abducted him. Did his daughter see her face?
We could bring him to
no,
something else.
he didn't. He didn't see my face, and I think Gauntlet still had the mask on, as far as I remember. It was kind of same.
Oh, they didn't recognize you.
But if his daughter
The daughter
didn't,
The
Oh.
daughter.
Alright, so we are screwed then if we bring him back.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, this is the most uncoordinated group I've ever been a part of. This is insane. You guys are all against it like 20 minutes after it's already been done.
I mean, I don't think anything we said will have stopped you.
I was all for you killing him, no witnesses, just in and out.
But that was not possible. Let me make that clear. He was not alone.
Well, that's something we hear about now. I think the most reasonable thing is to just have him send him back. Have him just a suggestion thing, because it's pretty reasonable that if he does anything else, we will kill his entire family.
I will say, Guy, that if you suggest someone to forget something, they will only quote unquote forget it for those 8 hours.
No, not like actually forget. Where it's just let bygones be bygones, or else he will.
Guy, he could hire.
What?
He could hire somebody who had the potential to kill at least 2 of us, and he knows where we live now.
Yes, but then he will die because we will know about that.
Not sure if he exactly saw the trail here,
Hmm?
but he has seen the building, so...
If he hires someone to kill us, then the threat of us killing him and his entire family is still present.
We can't lead them to our house and then let them live. That's the thing.
Does he know the path?
Well, I mean, it was Sandy, but he knows what the manor looks like at the very least, you know? He knows how far away it is. He could find it very easily.
I guess it's true. Well, I don't know. That's just my only suggestion, because I feel like it's reasonable for him to not want to go after us, having known that we are capable of breaking and entering into his home and destroying everything.
He was willing to betray all of us. He's willing to do it again. And I'm willing to kill him for it.
You could have him not directly get killed by one of us, but I don't know. That's something else kill him.
Huh.
Like, if he's pushed off an edge, or if a monster killed him or something.
So not only do you are you now suggesting killing him, but you're now suggesting being dishonest about it. I'm starting to get really confused about where you guys stand on this, honestly.
I mean, at this rate, he's too far gone to really negotiate with. And if we
You know what? Maybe you're just seeing reason now, and I can respect that.
We should put this to a vote, and then all in favor of killing him, we would say aye, and then all in favor of not, we say nay, right?
You realize
get some
I have a feeling it's going to be 2 and 2, but sure.
Everyone, let's come in the tavern talk and type Y or N. Yes, Y for yes, kill.
We should have everyone in the house vote as well.
Yeah, you see Kachada, Mura, and Gorbert looking at this in horror. Gorbert's
I don't think they have no info on anything going on. We can't.
Gorbert says, "Look, I know that even rats were bad and stuff, but didn't just no, they did kill. Hey, probably fine. I'm fine with either, really." Kachada kind of looks at you, and Kachada says, "Kachada finds no honor in this sort of death. This Ganassi, should be given a trial by combat. Don't just kill him. Kill him with honor.
I agree with that.
And Mura says, I find this sort of treatment of people to be deplorable, shall we say. I'd prefer this man to leave.
Yeah, can you cast Modify Memory? Modifies Memory?
That is a bit beyond my wheelhouse of expertise.
I'm sorry you had to. This has been an ongoing conflict. He's an honorless man. And it's just we have to do what we have to do. But I'm willing to give him a trial by combat. I will return his rapier.
All right, yeah. Are you giving it back to him?
I'm waiting till the vote comes in.
Okay.
So right now we have 3-4.
We haven't. Oh, you're doing it.
Yeah. So we have 3-4, 1 neutral, 1-4 by combat, 1 against. And then I think that's okay. I mean that's definitely majority Y.
Yeah.
All right, I will give you all the solace of not having to see this, and I'll take him out back, I guess. Does that sound good?
Kichara knows you will win this fight. Make it fair.
Is Shield of Faith still on Ravager?
Oh no, that's gone by now.
What do you suggest, Kachada?
Kachara suggests someone who has minimal martial fighting expertise.
No, you're
Kachara looks at employer number 4.
I guess that's you, Gonlin.
No. Kachara means you.
I am not involved in this. I'm only saying yes because I wasn't at the scene of the crime.
Kachara gestures to like the general area. Kachara thinks new crime scene is here.
Oh, this is horrible. Okay.
So, Guy, do you agree to that? Because I'm unwilling to put somebody in a situation they are not willing to fight in. But I would respect you more.
I don't like getting my hands dirty, but I suppose if this is our only option, I will do so.
Okay.
All right.
I'll go grab the man.
You come to Abdalbar and you see these like kind of biting through the ropes at this point on his hands. He's like trying to like gnaw them off, gnaw off the rope.
What did you plan to do once you got that rope off?
To be fair, thinking ahead, it was never my strong suit in these sorts of situations, given the fact that I am here now.
Yeah.
What do you plan to do with me?
We've decided to give you a trial by combat against the least martially skilled member of our group.
Hey.
He looks up at Guy. So he stands up, holds out his wrists so that the binds can be broken.
Okay, I'll break it.
All right, the rope shatters. Kind of like rubs his wrists, cracks his knuckles.
I'm gonna give him his rapier back. What do we think about the ring, fellas? I mean, I guess that's up to Guy actually, since you have it.
Do we have any open areas or what?
Outside is not pleasant right now. You would presume that like you can move some stuff out of the way of the dining room.
I don't know if we want. I mean, I like having my steaks, with only cow blood on them.
The foyer is pretty open. Like this section here, beyond like the stairs, is a good open area right around here.
I don't have a map open.
Okay, yeah. Do you need? Here it is. If you need it again. Like this open foyer, this would be good.
What about the top of the stairs?
The top of the stairs is a little bit narrow because then you're like, kind of like right in front of each other. Like there's no lateral room because that's just like.
Yeah. Perfect for dueling.
That's true.
Okay, so wait, where are we looking at?
He's talking about this section above the foyer. That's like this landing.
First floor or the second floor?
This is the second floor.
Oh, it's above the dining room?
It's where the stairs directly lead up to. And then there's like a landing that goes around the square foyer, if that makes sense. Like up these stairs, there's a landing all around here. Almost like a catwalk.
Oh, the narrow catwalk?
Yeah, like this.
Okay, I understand.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't have a
up
token
to you.
for him, but
Yeah.
As I'm walking up with him, I chat with him for a bit. So, is there no way that you can just let bygones be bygones after this? If we just let you go?
He kind of like looks around. You have done so much to slight me. You have
me personally, no, but
your group at every opportunity has tried to seemingly kill me or otherwise. Just ruin my choice of business and kind of like it is difficult, you know, having to deal with people like you who are so hell-bent on killing me.
right. Listen, I'm very much opposed to this duel. Or I'd much rather let you go. And I feel like it'd be reasonable if you just didn't let us go under the threat of, you know, both of us ending each other's entire household lives and businesses.
But you don't give any sort of insurance. You just continue to come at me. I don't have any reason to believe that you won't come at me in the future.
We only came at you because of the Alcatel incident, and we only came at your house because of the debt incident.
But still, you began this conflict in the first place. And if I have to end it, then I suppose it is how it is. And he
That's how it must be, isn't it?
He takes out the rapier.
As they're walking up, I sort of turn towards Taiba and Gauntlet. I'm sorry for losing my temper. It's just that I felt like we were so deep that I couldn't turn back anymore. I'm sorry you guys had to witness this, but you know, this is how it is when you get into these kind of situations. Hopefully we don't have to do anything like this in the future. You just get out of this hole.
For change to occur, violent changes must occur first. I fucking screwed whatever I was trying to say up.
Yeah, yin and yang or whatever.
Alright. We at the foyer?
Yeah, you guys have kind of reached the top, and he takes up an experienced dueler's pose. He seemingly has some experience in fighting, but even then you can see that he's flat-footed. He isn't on the balls of his feet like a duelist would be. He seems like he is extraordinarily nervous, and that he hasn't fought for keeps before. This is his first duel.
Okay, alright. Before we do this, I suggest we all get on our hands and knees in prayer. So one last moment of our time on this realm.
If you're gonna kill a man, you gotta be confident about it. Otherwise, you're gonna die without honor.
Get out of my place of business, Ravager.
Do you
Are you gonna pray before murdering somebody? You know how sacrilegious that is?
I'm gonna walk between him and fucking
Abdul-Bari,
sorry.
You're fine.
And I'll lead this prayer.
Sorry, I'm just like, I'm losing my shit because, like, if Guy just cast suggestion on him, I'm just imagining, like, Abdul-Bari on his hands and knees and is just impaled. Just, like, one movement, and the Kachada's like, that's not what I meant! Like, he's just...
I didn't even pick that up if that's what you did.
I'm on, like, a hair trigger anytime Guy says, I suggest. Like, I'm just so, like, fuck. Okay, so just so I'm sure, Guy, do you suggest that he gets down and prays? Like, are you casting?
Is Gauntlet between us?
Yeah. As you say this, Gauntlet walks forward, not noticing that you're casting a spell. Are you casting suggestion?
All right. Can I notice Gauntlet and like scoff and cancel it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my god.
I just do a little fake prayer.
Again, I'm just imagining like you turning like the rapier to be backhand and then just stabbing him through the chest. Like that's just it.
What I was going to do.
I will lead this prayer. We speak us all as these two souls fight their untimely fate. May you carry their souls into the afterlife, and may they be honored forever.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Amen.
That's pretty good. Amen.
Ravager kind of puts his face in his hands,
All
and
right.
disappointed.
So, Let's go ahead and roll initiative, Guy Jide.
Okay.
The howling of the winds is all that accompanies this somber duel.
Wow. So sad.
Abdelbari rolled a 15.
I rolled a 10.
Abdelbari kind of like still shakily looking around. He lunges forward once. He gets one attack. And he rolls, I shit you not, a natural 1.
Alright, I can see how
His
this
rapier
is going.
goes flying out of his hands and clatters to the ground below the foyer. And he kind of like looks down and looks at you, his eyes trembling, as he kind of like takes a step back. And then another. He reaches out a hand as a bonus action and recalls it, as it is a rapier of returning, and it just grabs back into his hand. And he readies himself once more, but not a good start for him.
Oh, wow.
It's your turn, Guy.
Okay. So, can I try, I don't have any, like, special moves, like feint attacks or anything. That's too much to ask.
Yeah, you don't have anything like that. You have your spells.
True.
You could Dissonant Whispers and then get an AOO off
Yeah,
of
we
it.
did. We did
Oh,
pretty.
he's right next to me, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay,
We did
yeah,
disclose at one point that he has like commoner health, though, right? Like that was.
He's a little bit bulkier than a commoner, not by much.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I will listen to whispers.
All right. Go ahead and drag that onto his token, or onto his name in the combat tracker.
Save or to cast?
Save, and then damage. Yeah, I rolled an 8. Oh no. Oh.
Oh my god!
Oh, wow.
As he turns to run, make an attack roll.
Can I
I'll
do this
just,
non-lethally?
if you wish, you can.
You're gonna have to kill him when he wakes up again, though. Just keep that in mind.
Oh, no, I meant like, wait, how does non-lethally work? I thought it was like in those movies where, like, they just have the rapier pointed at their throat. It's like, alright, you concede.
Okay, yeah. So like you can just threaten him. So like as the spell goes off, you watch as his eyes just begin to bleed, and just kind of crawl, like the blood crawling down his face. His ears beginning to bleed. Every orifice in his face just begins to soak with blood as he just kind of like begins to kind of shift back and forth, just swaying on his feet, and begins to turn and run away. You use your rapier and drag out the feet from beneath him as he falls to the ground. He turns back to look at you slowly as the rapier, in one final movement, is placed just tip against his throat. As he's laying on his back, you standing above him, pointing down at him with this sword.
Any last words? Anything you want to be said?
Put him out of his misery. Can you see the man? He's dying.
Just this once. Stay true to your word. And he looks down at Ravager from the top of this foyer. Do not hurt anyone else at my home.
Of course.
Alright, I'll make sure of it. I apologize, and then I'll do the rapier
I,
slash.
I swear on the Red Tyrant.
With
Oh,
one,
it's like you. Oh my god, Ravager, you're crazy. I'm sorry, I didn't realize it.
with one final movement, you thrust the rapier into his throat.
Yeah.
All right. Just choking on it as this blood begins to pour from the wound as it impales through his neck and embeds into the ground behind him as he reaches up towards you, just hand kind of outstretched as he kind of falls limp, the blood kind of running down his throat as he gurgles out his final breaths and falls to the ground entirely dead.
Oh, God, that was horrible. Holy shit. I've never felt guilty for killing somebody before.
Alright. This was horrifying. I'll cast Minor Illusion to put a blanket over his face.
I'm gonna pick up the body.
Yeah, you pick it up, just kind of going through the illusion. He's dead. His eyes are just kind of rolled back, covered in blood. His entire face is just coated in the substance.
Would anyone want to accompany as well, maybe we should do it later with the sandstorm, but I will be traversing to the, Death Church? Whatever.
Yeah, the mosque, or sorry, the Order of the Dead.
Mosque. Right.
It's a mosque. Yeah.
Gauntlet, I'm gonna keep it 2,000 with you right now. I don't think it's a good idea to pretty much implicate yourself in the murder of a noble.
I feel the least we should give him is a proper burial.
Yeah, of course, of course. I'm just saying, maybe not the church. You know, you can give somebody a proper passing without a church. I mean, you're a holy man.
Right.
I'm sure the priest of that church respects me enough.
Mira kind of pokes up and says, I'm capable of performing a ceremony if needed.
Let's opt for that. I'm just gonna throw that out there. As somebody who's killed people before.
She kind of like walks up to the body and she says, if I am to perform this ceremony, this entity will never be able to be resurrected or become undead by any means, short of a wish. So know that once this is done, this is final.
Right. Do you need payment for the ceremony?
No. This
Okay.
This is on me. And she pulls out a small baggie of powdered silver. And as you kind of set the body down, she places it on his chest and just kind of like dumps the silver across his body. And you watch as she kind of places a hand on Abdelbari's chest, and these runes begin to appear across her arm and across her face and eyes, and her conduit glows this bright blue as she begins muttering under her breath the holy incantation as the funeral rite, as per the ceremony spell, occurs. You watch as Abdelbari's body simply begins to vanish into air, as his body just decorporates into just evaporated steam, more or less. And over the course of about a minute, his body trails into the air.
Now, I kind of look at the party. Just to get this out of the way, we tell his daughter that he ran away, right? Like, we don't want to traumatize her.
Well, I feel like that would be unjust, would it not?
Okay.
It's a lie, but would we rather tell her that,
I think she's smarter than that, whatever.
Yeah, keep in mind that his daughter is a young adult.
Yeah.
I feel
I take the ring of his and then go upstairs and like start making a letter to his daughter and the family.
Yeah, sure. What are you writing in the letter? Just general terms.
Just apologies and what happened.
Oh my God.
The truth?
Specific. No, nothing specific.
So, like, you're just saying it's unfortunate, but your father is dead.
Are you signing it with your name?
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
Wait, what's up? I don't know.
Okay.
Or-
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say deception check. Roll a deception check. As this is technically lying. A deception or persuasion, I guess, depending on how you phrase it. I'll let you decide.
Well, I'm not really lying. It's just I'm not putting our name on it.
So wait, what are you like saying happened, bro?
Yeah,
I'm
like,
just informing her that he's
I wanna-
dead. Sorry that this happened, basically.
I want to. Are we there to witness you rate it, or
You can follow along.
I kind of want to give her something along with the.
I'm
Like-
giving the ring along with it.
Okay. I'll put
Wow.
wow! From a 2 to a 12. Let me find some dice.
I'm gonna make a cut sun opal in there, I guess.
They're gonna what? Sorry.
I don't really have anything to put in there, but I kind of want to just put something to make
You're gonna frame the infernal thing? That's pretty funny.
the what?
I mean, like, the Sun Opal is from the infernal people, right? Like the
Yeah.
Order of the
Okay.
Suns. Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
frame the
Hilarious, yeah.
Well, that wasn't the implication. Just something nice.
Alright, yeah, you put the sun opal in.
Yeah.
The letter is sealed. Yeah, what are you doing with it? You gonna
Just
mail
like-
it?
I have a bird.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll use my bird, but I'll just put like, we're truly sorry that this happened. We hope to have no future instances, but we understand your anger and whatnot. Stuff like that.
Interesting. Okay. So, a silver raven, a symbol of death. That's awesome. You take out the bird and bring it to life, animating it. Are you doing it now, or are you going to save that for later? There is still
save
a storm
the
out.
bird.
It'll probably die from the storm, yeah. I
Alright.
suppose I shouldn't do it now.
Alright. So, the rapier is still up for grabs if anyone would wish to take it. It is a rapier of returning. Basically, you can throw it and retrieve it back as a part of the same action. And if you are ever disarmed, you can use a bonus action to retrieve it.
I mean, I use a rapier, but I don't know if I can wield that thing. Considering that.
Yeah, for moral reasons, yes, but you are entirely physically capable of using it if you wanted.
I don't want to touch it.
I don't know if I want to think about that.
Well, I'll just pick it up for now.
Alright, I'll add that to your inventory.
Okay,
Whoops.
so we won,
We
right? I mean,
A very empty victory.
right, but we, we're alive, and
I don't know if this is over. It's up to this daughter.
honestly, I hope it is. I don't want to deal with any of this criminal
The
shit
order of
anymore.
sons is still at large.
I really wish we could just focus on that. I really hope that's what comes of this. But
Hopefully. So, what is there to do? I guess just sleep it off.
Yeah, you guys want to take a long rest?
Yeah.
Alright.
and gotta let the employees know. I promise you guys this won't happen again. You won't have to see this happen again. This is a long-standing feud with somebody who tried to play the whole thing.
It might happen again.
We'll do our best.
Kachada just kind of looks at you, looks at like the blood stain on the carpet and the rug upstairs, and he says, "Kachada thinks maybe the odds were not in his favor after all. That one's
Right.
on Kachada.
I mean, considering you're part of the Dusters, this has happened. Similar things have happened before, right, with you guys?
Kachada has not slain nobility on their back, no?
Oh, he was on his chest. Calm down.
Kachada thinks that might be semantics.
Well, just do your job, Coachella, and clean the blood. I'm going to sleep.
His job is not to clean blood, but sure.
Kachada's job is to make blood."
Yeah.
Someone clean that.
He puts a hand on Mura's shoulder and begins walking away, and Mura just sighs heavily, takes out a little bit of magic from her, just conjures some magic in her hand and begins cleaning the blood using prestidigitation.
I'll help her.
Okay.
Anything.
Yeah, you assist her, and she just kind of looks at you, and she says, "I don't know if I will stick around much longer, given the particular circumstances of the past few hours.
I do not blame you.
I
hope that you will stay, but if that is your desire, then so be it.
I might stick around for a bit, but if this sort of thing continues to happen, I don't know if I can stomach it. I've already escaped things similar to this in the past, and this is a bad case of deja vu."
We will hold no. What's the word I'm looking for? Content? Yeah, content. If you do leave us.
Contempt.
Contempt, yeah.
I appreciate it, but she kind of thinks for a minute. I'll keep that in mind. She kind of gives a nod, and the blood's cleaned at this point, and she stands up. She kind of gives a final nod to you, and she says, "Why do you travel with these people? They seem to be dicks."
Yes, they execute things much differently from what I would like, but we do also have a similar cause.
She puts a hand on your shoulder, and then again, it's this heavily, a svelte of build orcish woman, these thick, kind of white tusks just curling up from her jaw, and she says, looking into you with these blind eyes, "People like them, I have plenty of experience with. And I was able to bring some of them to the light, but others I just needed to cut myself away from. In terms of this group, there's few enough number of them that perhaps you can make something work with them.
I understand, but I fear that without them I will go back to doing nothing as I always did.
And that is something for you to weigh. Just continue trying. You're obviously doing something for the good of the people around you. And whether or not they notice it, they definitely need it. Just keep trying.
Mm-hmm.
Gives a
And will
final.
remain diligent.
She gives a final nod and a smile, and she will walk down to her chambers and just kind of continue her business.
Right. I'll go to my room and fucking sleep.
All right. Does anyone else want to do anything for this sandy night, or are you going to gain the benefits of a long rest?
Sleep.
All right. Unless there are any interjections, I'll go ahead and apply a sleep.
I want to smoke those drugs.
All right, yeah, you partake of some halas. Your itch is sated for a bit, but you do notice it's coming back stronger now. It feels like you might be growing a little bit more dependent on the halas as you take it. Which you didn't think to be possible, but it continues to come.
Yeah, just like me.
Yeah. So, the morning comes. The sandstorm having died down, mostly. The sand now being replaced by the sounds of people rebuilding their tents, repairing their homes. You hear the sound of just general carpentry and the hustle and bustle of the city returning once more as the following day comes. So, what would you like to do?
I may have forgotten to meet somebody at the Inferno Forge. Granted, there was a sand, so I'm sure I'll understand. I'm gonna head down there and check for him.
Head down to the Inferno Forge?
Yeah.
Yeah. You make your way down. Igan's just kind of like attending to his things. He kind of gives you a nod and you talk for a bit. He didn't show up. Shut off. Seemed to have been scared off by the sandstorm.
Alright, well, that makes things easier. Okay, I'm gonna head back.
Alright.
Is my intern here?
1 minute, let me roll. Actually, no. Can I wait for a minute? No show.
Influence.
So, you all reconvene in the dining room ready for breakfast. Your employees dining along beside you.
Send my the Raven in the morning.
Okay, yeah. Flies out. Carrying the letter in its beak.
So, the Order of the Suns. How are we gonna... Okay, I'm gonna bring up something Ramjaden might not normally remember, but I feel like I have to do it because they mentioned it to me at a session. So that book you had, Gauntlet.
Thank you, sir.
The religious text.
Yes.
Yeah, we know somebody who can translate that kind of stuff now, right? A dwarf. I mean, like we could figure out what that says.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So
I have to read it.
what?
I am illiterate and also I cannot read this.
Yeah. So we should bring it to Egan.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now I'll take you down there. We'll go together.
All right. Egan kind of like looks up and he's like, "Aye, you talked about this a while ago, so I brushed up on my Ignan. Let me take a look." And he begins reading through it and gives you a rough translation of what it means. I have identified the book in your inventory. It's called Text of Batet the Watcher. Basically, in summary, it goes through a brief history of the fall of Batet the Watcher during the event known as the Founding. The arrival of a messiah of red skin known as a Shale. He was a watcher, sort of almost an avatar of Batet in some aspects, but different as a speaker of, I suppose as a speaker of the speaker, who allowed for these people to congregate under the voice of a Shale. He left with them the entity known as Shab, the Even Wraith, who act as a sort of conduit for a Shale's voice. And so the so-called Even Wraiths were formed until today, where the Citadel of Embers shall be drafted and created within the Sultan's curtain. We ensure that no mortal shall interfere, for there lies the future of a Shale. A Shale lies with the flame, a Shale lies with the future. We sit and wait for the day he arrives, for as seeds throughout the urban, we will soon bring nature's destiny to the forefront of mortal sight. If you wish to read this entire thing, you can. It's not super long, but, obviously I don't, expect you to do it right now.
Yeah.
But it does give some insight as to the location of a place known as the Citadel of Embers.
Hey, I have a map of that place.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got it from the Ebon Race, and I can then pull out the big blueprint I have.
Yeah, and he produces this blueprint, which says in Ignan above it, the Citadel of Embers, like labeling different sections of it. Explain this to Ravager, but just for the detail of the rest of you. It's this big keep, like a castle's keep, set atop a floating chunk of rock. You see boiling pots of tar, ballistae, mangonels, trebuchets ready and lining the walls. It seems heavily fortified, but also that the blueprints are partially unfinished. That it was only partially in construction, and that this blueprint is just simply not done.
There's something from that I, like a name I recognize, but I can't remember what it was.
What's the name?
I can't remember what the name was already, but there was something that I recognize. A Shale, that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember what it was that I remember about it. Did I ever hear someone mention that name?
You did. You heard that from, I believe, I don't know if this is the first time, but there was a mention of it from the guy who you captured, who is a member of the Even Wraiths,
Right.
saying that Shab is still only second in command here. His name I don't remember. I think it was Jazet, not Jazet. Jazet. Yes, he's very dead. That's all I remember.
He's dead. I thought we put him in prison.
No, you suggested. That was a different guy. There was also the other guy who brought up a Shale, probably. He also brought up an entity known as the Immolator.
Okay.
But that hasn't been explored yet.
Well, we have some more information on them. I do have someone who's in captive that we may be able to pull from. I'm gonna say this to Ravager.
What?
I said, I have someone in captive that we may be able to pull information about the Order of the Sun from.
I think your mic might be too close to your mouth, because it's like really muffled. I can't understand what you're saying.
That's really fucking weird. I hate how this does that.
I don't know.
What about this?
Can anybody else hear it? I'm confused.
I'm able to understand him, yeah.
Yeah.
You might just need to turn him up or down.
He's pretty up from. I think it's just I might be able to discern it as well as you guys can. So he said that there might be somebody we have captive that knows about
Yeah,
this.
I know someone that's in captive that knows more about the Order of the Sun.
Like who?
Someone me and Taiba caught a little bit ago who used to be an Even Wraith but switched.
You captured them? We have them like kidnapped?
Well, no, we gave him to the Brass Guard, right?
You gave him to the Imam of the Dead.
Imam of the Dead, that's right. He was with the Imam of the Dead.
Like what does he want with them?
Sort of conversion. Get him to see the light.
Alright, I don't know much about that, but we can check it out.
Alright. Should we head over there then?
Yeah.
Alright.
Sure.
Let's go there.
Party there, or what's going on?
Yeah, do you all want to go? We can say that the whole party reconvened and started talking, yeah?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Alright. you all gather yourselves and make your way out to the Mosque of the Dead. You look around the town, and the place is a little bit of a shit show. You see tarps and tents strewn about in various states of disarray. People just having to kind of repair their things, windows being boarded up that have been smashed by flying debris in the storm. Let's see, that one. Okay, yeah, no. Realistically, you just kind of like go about your business, keeping to yourselves clearly and looking around, maybe a little paranoid. The Brass Guard don't appear to pay you any mind, as you continue making your way towards the Order of the Dead. Making your way to the mosque, you see the familiar Nagpa figure, this very strange, hunched avian vulture-like figure, who looks at you and he says, welcome back. I'm assuming that this is about that religious prospect that you brought here, but just some time ago.
Yes.
I have, I suppose, bad news about this particular individual. He kind of like looks around, making sure that no one's listening. And he gets a little bit closer to you and he says, he attempted to set fire to the place that he was staying, and he has since been transferred to the Order of Agriculture with the imam there known as Abiad. He will be spending some time there, hopefully to get a little bit more direct assistance than he could have received here. But
where exactly did you guys find this man?
Well, a while back his wife was missing a couple trinkets. We found him in a spa-type place, and we held him captive and brought him here.
Okay.
And figured out who he was working with.
So where is he? Like, what is he still in Caravan?
he is with the Order of Agriculture, so yes.
Okay, so we could go there instead, right?
Before, are there any damages that we can help repair?
We've had a number of individuals working to repair it, so it is mostly fine by this point. Just some scorch marks in the wood.
Okay. Just making sure with you. Well, I guess we could head there now.
Yeah, let's go.
You make your way to the Order of Agriculture, which, in comparison to the Order of Death, is fucking divine looking. This building, this mosque, is large and linear, with these large windows that shine in tons of natural light into places with greenery and trees growing within this, trees that are not native to Caravan, you notice. And it's a gorgeous, almost interior garden within this space. You're all quite impressed. But you do see, kind of finishing up a brief ceremony of sorts, a human figure who's kind of pretty thin-looking man, pale white skin, and this long kind of tied back brown hair. And he kind of like looks at you and gives a wave to some of the people and begins walking your direction. He says, "Hi, my name's Abiad. How can I assist you?"
We spoke for Imam. I was looking for what was his name?
Lus.
Lus, who I believe was transferred here.
Lus. Oh, he like grimaces a little bit. I see. Okay. Please come with me. Just watch the people sunbathing. And as you kind of walk through this space, you see these like almost thatch beds just kind of like lining the area. People are relaxing and resting, being fed food. Some of the people you notice are injured. Like smaller farming accident. You see a guy who seemed to have cut off a piece of his foot and is currently getting bandaged and healed by a number of the clerics around. You walk over this little almost miniature river surrounded by shrubbery that has a number of bridges running across it before you make your way to a side room and enter into a surprisingly dark place within this place of otherwise light. You see Las, the human figure, wearing these kind of silken robes, his arms tied behind him and his legs bound as well, and he's just like kind of flailing about. He's like, "I'll fucking kill you! I'll kill every single motherfucker in this place!"
I see his conversion hasn't been going well.
Abiad kind of like sighs a little bit. This guy is a fucking nutjob, let me tell you. This guy has been causing a lot of havoc within our place of business, and we had very little choice. He seems to be a bit zealotous.
Maybe we could take them burden off of your hands for now.
That would be heavily appreciated. He's getting people off.
Ooh. Yes, we can take him for now.
Killing people off?
It's getting people off.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, we can take care of him.
Thank you.
Very good at keeping people captive and alive.
That is a very strange thing to say,
I'll make sure.
but I won't think much of it.
I'm gonna walk up to him. I'm sure you recognize me.
He looks at you, and you watch as flame just emits from his mouth. I'll fucking kill you. You put me here. You put me here. And he tries to stand up, but his legs are bound behind him, and he just kind of falls over. And he pushes himself up onto his knees. He is coming. He's coming. Not here yet, but he's coming. And I'll make sure that you are burned with everyone else in this place. This place will be burned to the ground!
Save
Why?
your voice for later. Come on.
Why do you want everything to be burned?
I don't want it. He demands it, and I am his vessel.
Oh, so you're some kind of loony.
Why don't you stick up for yourself for once?
Stick up for myself.
Yeah, get some independence, make your own decisions. Why you gotta let this guy tell you what to do?
We've tried to tell him that, Ravager.
You think that there is any independence in this world? There is only the flame. There is only the heat of life, and we're all slaves to it. And the faster you bend to it, the faster you can use it. That is independence.
I don't know. That's not true. Look,
Okay, sounds like a big.
yeah.
I'll fucking kill you. I'll kill every person in this place!
I'm gonna fucking bonk his head.
Stop! Yeah, you knock him out. Easy enough.
Ain't nothing a little confidence and strength can't fix.
I'll pick him up.
Mhm.
Thank you, Imam. We will be departing ourselves from now.
Abia just kind of puts a head in his hand and says, yeah, whatever, just, if you could please keep him away from this place.
I will attempt to keep him in check. I will continue your pursuits.
Much appreciated. Thank you. Oh, and by the way, he kind of like reaches into a side cupboard and he takes out what looks to be a small brass brazier. He told me to get this for him, specifically. I don't know why. He just said it was important. I found it in an alleyway. Luckily we had a number of clerics who could locate the object, but this might come in handy.
I'll take it.
Yeah, add brass brazier to your inventory. It's small, handheld. It's a really, really, really small looking brass brazier.
Brass brazier. Hi, Mom. How was tennis? You lost?
I can do it though. I kind of.
Tyler David M says hi.
David M says hi. David M. I don't think you know him.
Get fucked, David.
No.
She waved. She waved.
Hey.
No.
Ooh la la.
No.
Oh, wow.
She did finger guns.
Nice.
Alright.
I get it.
Alright, are we returning back to the manor?
Yeah.
Alright.
Man, there's just our captured dungeon.
Yeah, you just take, like, one guy dies, you take another guy in. He is screaming and yelling, I'm gonna fucking kill you! I'll burn you to the stake!
I thought I knocked him unconscious.
That's true. You did. So you take this unconscious... My bad. You take this unconscious body, and just kind of walk him through town. A lot of strange looks. A couple of brass guard kind of like just glance, and Abiad, who's still at the kind of entrance of the Order of the Order of Agriculture, just gives a wave and a head shake, and the guards just kind of like shrug and walk away. They don't seem to be noticing you. Obviously, you're still disguised.
These guards find nothing suspicious anymore. It's kind of funny. It's crazy.
It's interesting.
You eventually make your way home, and the man is still unconscious.
We should set him up somewhere that isn't flammable.
What do we even do? What do we tie him up with? Couldn't he just incinerate the rope? Does he still have his binds on?
That's right. What are his binds made out of?
Just rope. Simple like hemp and rope.
Okay.
Aiden,
Mhm.
how much longer do you think the game is gonna go on for?
You doing all right?
I'm doing okay. I just feel a bit sick, so.
Okay, yeah, we can. Maybe we'll just question this guy and then end it there, or.
Yeah, I'm
We
sorry. I
can
don't
leave
mean
the
to.
questioning to the sub session, maybe. I don't know.
I feel like that's main session stuff.
Yeah, that's
Um,
true.
Yeah, up
I
to you.
just
Up
don't
to.
want us to go on for like an hour more, cause I can't like talk that well. My throat's just bothering me.
Okay, yeah, we can end soon.
Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, but eventually you get lost, just kind of like laying there, just limp on your floor.
What's our most, like, not flammable room that we have?
Likely the kitchen, which is like kind of surrounded by stone, just to ensure that nothing catches fire.
Mhm.
What if we
Outside,
what-
maybe?
Is there
What
a
if we-
pantry in the kitchen that's also made out of stone?
Is there a what? Sorry.
Pantry or something?
Sure. Yeah, we can say there's like a nice granite pantry that's gonna be really fucking heavy, but you could try to move it. You still want to put him? You want to put him in the pantry?
a mobile? You can move pantries. What are you talking? What kind of pantry?
Yeah, I thought a pantry was a
It's
room.
like a,
Okay, yeah,
like
you might.
spices and stuff.
You have one of those like primitive cabinet pantries.
Yeah.
Okay, no. We're
Alright.
talking about
Like a full-on
like a-
pantry. All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a
yeah,
pantry.
A
Yeah.
walk-in pantry.
Yeah.
Is it made out of the same material?
Yeah. It's made out of the same kind of stone. So you
Okay.
take him in there, just like among the spices and meats and stuff, and you put him down.
Yeah. Oh, no, we probably don't have like an ice room or something.
Well, what I was thinking is
A
you can
refrigerator.
get a really big container to fill with water and have him like kind of stay in there. Not like drown him, but like make it so that fire can't live in the space.
Is he gonna get sick like that?
Probably.
Hmm.
Maybe it's not a great idea. I don't know. What are we gonna do with him?
Seems to be a
Maybe-
common problem.
Suppose we should just be making a dungeon, right? With the frequency of this.
Put him in sand.
I would love a basement. There's so many things you can use a basement for. Like not killing somebody in front of your employees.
Right, yeah. Yes. How long are we gonna keep this guy captive?
We could potentially.
Long enough until he converts, is my say.
Ah,
That's the
God.
goal, right? We're converting him.
Yes.
If
Uh,
I kind of don't want to waste on this dude, but I know some ways you could discreetly get rid of him at least.
Guy, can't you make him tell us stuff?
No,
What?
not of his own volition. Like,
Don't you have all your crazy magic?
Yeah, but he can still lie.
Can you just tell him to tell the truth?
Can I? Is that how suggestion works?
I suggest you tell the truth. You could try. I would say that is like I think a zone of truth is a first level spell. So
Well, I don't have to know true.
yeah, well I'm just saying like in an equivalent state, like it'd be fine in terms of function. I think.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, maybe. I suppose I could try.
I don't see why not.
All right.
But I guess we just have to wait till he wakes up or something.
What do we need to ask this guy?
I don't know who he is.
He's from the Order of the Suns, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Shale,
he-
probably. I don't know.
Maybe he knows
Sure,
there are
could
other
ask.
people are in the Order of the Sun around the town.
Right.
That could work.
Right. What do we What's our interest with the Order of the Suns?
Well, they
They are-
killed everybody in my faction, and they worked with the and they kind of enabled the Ebon race. So like it's
Yeah.
kind of like imminent doom for Caravan.
They are the higher ups of the Ebon race and also desire dominance over the land.
Plus if
Their
we get,
god.
plus if we get rid of them, then people would also probably think better of us.
That's true. That's very true. We could start our legitimate businesses and
Now you're coming up with reasons. I like that.
yeah. Type has been a lot more reasonable recently. I like it.
Well, I'm just saying that's more reasonable than world peace or whatever.
All right,
I
we,
mean-
we don't have to go pointing things.
I mean, I don't think Gauntlet's bad for wanting it, but I've seen lots of bad things, and I don't know if I can always believe in everyone being a good person.
Lost begins to shift a little bit, and he kind of shakes his head. You! I'll fucking kill you!
Can we get a gag or something in case he breathes fire?
I mean, I think it'll be fine. Listen, buddy. What do you really think you're going to accomplish?
Spits on the ground, spits at your feet.
They're already stinky. You're not accomplishing anything there.
What do you think you're going to accomplish by talking to me?
They kind of look towards the guy.
Well, I suppose you have one of two options. You can either tell us what you know about the Order of the Sun and where they're located, or we can do this a difficult way, and like Conduit will like begin lighting up.
Alright, make an intimidation check.
Can I do something to help?
Sure, yeah.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say it's something to do with this, and I pull out the map of the Citadel Fire.
Yeah. He looks at it with familiarity. Go ahead and roll an intimidation check, guy, with advantage. As he looks at it and sees that you guys are clearly knowledgeable about something, just kind of like looking back and forth, his eyes widening slightly. That's fucking good. He kind of like shrinks slightly, the fire dying down in his eyes and mouth. I'll play for a bit.
Okay. Would you like to speak? What do you know?
Who's he?
Who's who?
The guy you said is gonna burn all of us.
Depends on what you're asking in terms of the direct burner or the orchestrator.
Is it the shale guy?
Yes and no. No and yes.
This guy wants to do the hard way, doesn't he, Reverend?
He kind of like flinches back slightly. Look, a shale is just... He is the conduit of the speaker. He wouldn't get himself dirty so early in the plans. That would be for his, shall we say, right hand, the head cultist, the immolator, as he's known. He's the one that we talked to through those, and he gestures to the brazier that you're holding, Gauntlet. We just put in one sun opal that we have crushed in our hands, and, well, we can speak to him.
The Shale or the headmaster?
The immolated.
Why hasn't he done it yet?
A shale?
The immolator.
Kind of cocks an eyebrow. I don't quite understand what you mean.
I mean, if he's gonna burn all of us, what's the holdup?
That... Kind of thinks for a moment. I cannot say too much more. But
Kinda
I
look
was
towards the guy.
not necessarily referring to you. You as in the general you, I suppose.
I know, but why hasn't he done it yet?
These sort of things take time. Doing things at a certain time, with certain intervals between events, allows for regrouping, reconstituting, allowing us to organize. And the Zaratan was just step one. I'm assuming, and he kind of thinks for a moment, today has to be the 10th of Thaman, which means that you only have a couple days left.
Okay.
Then the next burning will occur. Then the next a few days after that. Then the next. Then the next. Then the next.
Is it indiscriminate? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Gauntlet.
Is there anything to disrupt it?
Disrupt? No. Intercept? Likely.
Was the previous sandstorm yesterday, was that part of Shale's doing?
So that did happen. Good. Yes and no, no and yes.
Alright.
Wheel and woe, wheel and woe.
I think this might be the hard way. Might be a hard way situation.
You watch as his eyes begin to kind of bug out a little bit. Do what you want. Do what you want.
I see. Where can we find the Order of the Speakers? Or hideout and whatnot?
There are places in the desert, yes.
Sun.
Far, far into the desert. But I have not been. I could not tell you, even if you probed into my mind. No, that is the Immolated's ground.
What's the next burning gonna be?
You were just there.
Hey, say we have you talking to this your little communicator that you use to talk to the immolated. How would they would they let you know of their whereabouts if we say let you join them?
This question confuses me.
Okay, so you see your little communicator thing that you use a crushed opal stone or whatever.
The
right?
brazier, yes.
Yes, the brazier, and use it to talk to the immolator, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could you ask the immolator where some of these Order of the Sun's hideouts are?
The Immolator will not speak to you if he realizes who you are.
Right, but what if you're speaking?
His eyes kind of go wide a little bit.
He could cut you a deal.
Okay.
Or the hard way.
What is the deal?
Well, how about we let you reconvene with your little group if you help us along the way and answer a couple questions?
Kind of thinks for a minute. Make a persuasion check with advantage because of that crazy intimidation check earlier.
Okay. Ooh, yikes. No.
Holy shit!
17! Oh my god.
From a 7. Holy dick. He kind of like looks at you, looks around. Fine. Some pawns need to. Fine. I will oblige.
Okay.
Just.
So, by the way, that burning thing, it either means the agriculture order or the Inferniforge, right? I mean, like, that's terrifying. Probably the order of agriculture. Kind of looked. I mean, do you know how it's going to be carried out?
That is always impromptu.
Okay.
Keep
We just have to-
yourselves on your toes so your enemies are never certain.
You just have to be there when it happens, I guess.
Yeah. We should be
Be
patrolling
quick.
it.
The day comes quickly.
Gauntlet's gonna get the fuck out of there and run to the, Actually, I'm gonna leave the brazier with him and run to the
Okay.
Order of Agriculture.
You just like disappear out from the space, the kind of liquid radiant flame appearing behind you as you burst downtown, making your way quickly as a blur of movement towards the Order of Agriculture. Everything seems to be fine, at least from the surface. Nothing seems to be occurring. It's still about midday. You don't know when things are supposed to happen or how.
I'm just gonna stick around the area for a while.
Okay.
I'm gonna give the guy a slap in the face and say, all right, back to the matter at hand. Guy, I think you know what you want to do.
Oh, were you thinking the same thing? The spell?
I mean, you know what you're doing. Go ahead.
All right. Wait. First off, what questions do we want to answer? Yeah.
I'd say, who's gonna do it? How? I don't know.
What do you mean?
I honestly, I have no idea how the last one happened. It was almost evening. It was gone, incinerated. I mean, there was rogue people who came there, but the details are lost. It was so fast. I mean, it had to have been fast.
Wait, were they the people who burned down or were at the theater place?
No.
There could be some overlap. You're not aware.
I mean, the even race were commanded by the Order of the Sun, but I don't think they were
So,
one and the same.
do you know how these Order of the Suns work? Is there like one head base that we could disrupt the entire operation with, or?
There are a few, not within Caravan. There is the place out in the desert, and of course, there is the Citadel of Embers.
Is that too far? I'm not.
The Citadel of Embers lies somewhere outside of Caravan. To be honest, not even I know.
How many of your kind are in Caravan?
Somewhere in the neighborhood of more than 50, less than 150. Not even I know. Only the
What did
immolated
we gain
knows.
from him talking with the brazier?
I mean, he could get more of them to come to our place, and I don't know if that's a good idea.
Right. I feel like we could make use of it somehow.
You got your funny magic guy. I trust you.
Well, I don't know what to make him ask, because the quest is a thing.
I don't know if it's about making a mask more than making sure he doesn't ask certain things.
Like, what?
Like telling them all to come here and burn us all down.
Alright, alright. Okay. Now
Mhm.
begin casting suggestion.
Okay.
We will have you talk to the brazier and ask about their whereabouts and what you can do to help them. Meanwhile, you will not tell them anything about us.
Okay, I will roll a wisdom saving throw. That's a 5. He kind of looks at you, his eyes glaze over briefly. Certainly.
Alright. Can someone hand him the brazier?
I will
Alright.
need a fire or the sun opal, though.
Shit. Preemptively. Can I just leave a sun opal there with them too? Just kind of.
Yeah, sure.
before
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did mention that he would need one. So yeah, you have a single sun opal.
Yeah.
Alright. He takes the sun opal, remove that from your inventory, as he crushes it in his hands to dust, and just kind of powders, brings the powder over the brazier, and it lights up. And you see within the fire of this brazier, a human face, old and wrinkled. You can see that he's like wreathed by this flame, almost like it's a collar around his head and neck. And he looks directly down Lass's eyes, and he says, "So, what do you require of me?" And Lass looks at you guys. What was the question?
What can he do? What can he help with for the sun thing and like where the whereabouts are?
Immolated, it is good to see you. I have a question. If there was a way I could access a higher, let's say, profile section of our order, say something I could do that would be a bit more impactful to assist us, how would I go about doing that? The immolated kind of looks at him and squints slightly. You know your place. You will not go beyond that. And we will not speak of that further. And Lost gives a nod and says, "Of course, immolated." Second, precisely how many of our number are there? And the immolated kind of like raises an eyebrow again. You know I cannot give you that answer directly. We will estimate, shall we say, greater than 100, less than 150. No more, no less information than that. And he finally says, "If I wanted to see you, immolated, where would I go?" The immolated snaps again. He says, "You know where we are going tomorrow. I will be there. Good day." And he slams down the brazier.
Well, well, well. Where would that be? Where would that be?
Kind of looks at you. I already told you. You are just there.
Oh shit. Alright, well, this was not productive.
Alright, while they're
Gauntlet.
doing that, I'm gonna go inside the building.
Alright.
I'm gonna go to the imam and tell him you need to get everyone evacuated out of here.
Abiad kind of gives you a weird look. I couldn't know what you mean. It's the middle of the day. What could possibly be going wrong?
Listen, you may not believe me, but the Order of the Sun, they are going to cause a tragedy here.
Kind of
Many
raises an
people
eyebrow.
might be hurt.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Kind of raises an eyebrow. Not necessarily not believing you, but wondering why this would be happening and wondering if there's validity at all. He gives you a look and he says, "Do you perhaps know when this is happening? I mean, these are strange warnings to be giving after I have just met you."
I'm sorry, I can't give a clear answer. I just know that it will come soon.
We will not evacuate, but we will take measure into moving people into individual rooms so that the main hall will not be damaged. If you wish to,
If I can be of any help, I can take anyone in.
kind of gives you a look. Look, if you think people are going to attack us, maybe just stay out in the open and see if you notice anyone coming. I'm not so keen on it, but you are more than welcome to peruse the outermost hallway, if you wish.
Thank you. I will
Gives a nod,
do
and
just that.
he says, "Thank you for the warning. If anything happens, I'll be sure to give you the credit." And he gives a nod and begins saying, "All right, everyone, there are rumors of a potential danger to our place. As non-combatants, we are obligated to, shall we say, shelter in place. If you would please go to your individual rooms," and you watch as a number of people begin to say, "Ugh, come on! I just started!" And like a number of people who are like sunbathing out here just like kind of throw their towels down and begin moving into different places. The injured are kind of like assisted to other rooms. Yeah, no, the place is more or less evacuated. Into other places within the same building, or like building, I will say though.
Right.
But yeah, you kind of take a look out though. Nothing seems to be suspicious. People are just mobilizing.
Yeah, I'm
Back,
just gonna keep an eye out.
back at the manor.
Alright. Can I ask the guy if, so this attack tomorrow, is it going to be environmental or are there going to be physical people?
Potentially both. And you watch as flames begin to lick up his feet, and he like kind of like tries to pat them out. He's like, "What?" He like pats them out. He's like, "Fuck, that hurts!" And he like begins like trying to put himself out. The flames curl up his legs. "Shit! No! 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 No!" And he begins like trying to pat out the flame as it begins to reach and coil across his entire body. "Shit! Shit!" And he just begins screaming in pain as he begins to burn alive as the flames continue to reach up his body.
You have water? We're in the kitchen. Can I get a bucket and just pour it on him?
No, easily. You take a bucket, fill it with water quickly, and as the flames begin to engulf him, you splash him with it. The water hits him, and the flames do not go anywhere. As they continue to just reach up across his body, and his skin begins to turn black, and the smell of the burning flesh begins to permeate the room. Gorbert kind of like covers his nose as he's been like kind of poking his head around, observing this occasionally. He's like, just coughing and leaving.
Ravager, do you know what this is?
I'm back.
Come on!
I'm back. What's going on?
His body's burning up!
The Lass's body is on fire, and it's like hurting him, and he just like suddenly began to combust, and he's like trying to put himself out. A guy splashed water on him and couldn't douse the flames.
What led up to this point? I'm confused. I just got back.
He talked to the immolator. The immolator said nothing except there's about 100 to 150 people coming tomorrow.
Well, no,
Okay.
there are 100 and 150 people in total. Like, just of their number within Caravan.
He also just said that the attack would be environmental or physical.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Environmental.
Environmental and physical. Okay. I guess I'll try to like hug him.
Yeah,
and
you hug him.
it.
It doesn't douse the flames, and you take...
I'm resistant, so.
Yeah, so this would be... Fuck, what is that? You take 7 points of fire damage.
Oh my god.
Already been halved, as it just like burns you even as you try to hug him down. And eventually his body goes limp and the screaming stops as he kind of falls to the ground. His body's still on fire.
Can I try putting it out again with the bucket guy used?
Yeah, you take another bucket, flames still remain. And eventually you watch as his body just begins to totally disassociate from itself and he turns to ash. And then the fire dies down.
Okay. So that's terrifying. That's absolutely fucking terrifying. If I couldn't put... How are we supposed to stop this?
Are we supposed to stop this? I suppose the Order of the Suns is called him.
We could go back to the agricultural place now that we have information.
Right.
I guess get him to evacuate or something.
How far away is the defensive wall?
That's yeah, David. The reason that we're laughing is because Gauntlet literally just did that.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty funny. Great minds and all that. What was that, Taiba? Sorry.
What
Sexy
day is
mind.
it in the game currently?
It is the... I just updated it. It's the 10th. The 10th of the month.
Oh wait,
Didn't he
Then
say it
they-
was the 10th?
yeah.
And you said the 10th was when it was gonna go down, right?
He mentioned the 10th, yes.
The 10th is today.
Yeah.
It's happening in a couple days.
What do you mean? What?
The 10th, he said the 10th is today.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did say that the 10th is today.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
what he said? Oh, I
Yes.
thought he said the 10th was when it was going down.
Nope, it currently is the 10th and it's happening in a couple days, is what he said.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
Alright.
Well,
So I guess we'll head to the order.
Alright. Very quickly, you make your way to the Order of Agriculture, and there you see Gauntlet in the empty hallway, just kind of like looking around, making sure that no one's coming who's untoward.
Already got everyone evacuated, mostly.
Oh, good.
Here's the map.
Okay.
I'm going to put you guys on here. If you wish to position yourselves in any particular way, you are more than welcome to. It is big.
Listen, it's pretty rare that I fear something, fellas, but if it's fire that I can't put out or I can't withstand, what is the? We could charge into it, but it just won't stop.
I have no clue. Maybe it was a grease fire. Maybe that's why the water was an issue.
I think that pathogen could stop a grease fire.
So wait, what happened?
That your captive he randomly burst into flames, and now he's ash in their kitchen. So that's great.
This is not a. We didn't murder him this time. It just happened.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, wow.
And we couldn't put it out. Nothing. I tried to stop it. And it just burned me. It's a lot of very powerful flame to even touch me.
Perhaps they knew that he was deceiving the immolator.
Maybe. I think the best. What? Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, we did kind of see what the emulator looks like while he was talking to him, but we didn't get a ton of information.
Yes.
I think the best thing we can do in a couple days is take out as many robed fucks as we can before the whole thing burns down. Because we can't stop the fire.
Do you think?
We should keep around here to make sure no one suspicious comes around.
Yeah, I think we should camp out.
At the very least, we win the fight and lose the building.
Do you think that the priest you're talking to would believe us more if we gave him the information we got?
Well, it would be we're not part of the order, are we? Really?
I am wearing robes by then.
Yeah, the Order of the Sun.
Yeah.
It's not like a well-known or like recognized order, so like the robes themselves aren't off-putting. They just are robes of the Order of the Sun.
Right.
That you don't feel like you're like going against your religion or whatever doing that? Like, yeah.
As long as I am pure in my heart and believe in what I do, I don't think cloth can get in the way.
You know,
Fair enough.
when this whole ordeal goes down, what if you randomly like decided to join them in the midst of the battle, and you could go along and get some information?
A spy?
Perhaps he has the robes.
They only have like 150 people though. But they know everybody in the order. We don't want Gauntlet burning up like the guy in the pantry did.
My fear for Gauntlet is that there's some sort of initiation he won't be able to stomach.
Maybe we could pose as someone who's been in there. We could perhaps disguise him in some way.
If we like kill one of them and then disguise ourselves as the one we kill.
That was not what I was thinking. But
Well, then what's because
good.
I mean you'd have two very similar looking members, right? It'd be like Spider-Man. I mean.
I guess so.
The only problem is I don't know if there's many people in the order that look like Gauntlet.
Sorry, you were really quiet. I didn't hear what you said.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. The only problem is I don't know how many. Wait, fuck. What's the name of the race Gauntlet is? I
Karatha.
forgot.
Karatha.
Oh. I don't know if there's many Karatha on the Order of the Sun. Most of the people we've seen. I don't think I've seen any Karatha from my own memory.
Yeah.
That's true. Perhaps he could just be a new recruit. Maybe that'll be enough. I believe in him. I believe in him.
Then he could get hurt later on. Like they knew that guy was lying and he burned up.
Well, we don't know if that's why he burned up. It could just that could just be what they do.
I just don't gotta be honest with you fellas. If there's two things I would not describe Gauntlet as, it's a liar or a spy,
Yeah, that's fair. Bring up a good point.
or somebody who would
Tyba
burn
is-
down a building of innocence to prove a point. You know.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I'm just saying that they would probably have him do that at one point. And
Fair. Do you think we should tip
You know-
the Guard or some other order about
Yeah.
I think if any of us were to disguise,
it would be Tyba.
yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I look the part.
Oh, yeah, that could work. Oh.
Plus he wasn't able to put it out last time, but he is better with fire than anyone else here.
I do have experience with burning things down, unfortunately.
I will remind you though that the whole market incident was a result of somebody tripping as we were stealthing along, and I feel like you were not
What?
as stealthy as well, Ravager.
Oh, I mean, like I would sneak in. I would just say I'm part of them, right?
No, perhaps. If
I don't
everyone's down for it, then I'm down sending you.
Seems like a crazy plan, anyways. I don't really want to have to be a part of that, but I mean, like they did kill all of my old friends. Like,
Yes,
you know.
yes. It
I-
seems
I
like there's
just-
no other way to get information as well, because we tried with the individual in the manor, but he wasn't allowed to know anything.
Okay, I think we should just kill as many as we can and leave it at that. That's where I'm at right now.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Stick around here for a little bit.
Alright.
Do you all the butchers or just the mercenary groups? I doubt they would help protect the culture.
If you were to hire them, they might.
Yeah.
But as our party readies up for the stakeout of the Order of Agriculture's mosque, we will go ahead and end the session there.
Oh yeah, okay. I was gonna say I can do it out of session, but I was gonna try to go and hire a mercenary for this purpose.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, we
that's
can-
what I was saying.
Yeah, we can cover that in a sub-session if you want.
Mhm.